because I couldn't speak without speaking about faith. And people have asked me, they say, what's the secret to your so-called success? You know, I've gone all over the world and people have asked me this question. And when I say faith, sometimes later I'll look at the program and it's been spliced up, it's been split up, turned around, can't even find the word. I want you to know that's the secret to my so-called success is faith. It's a believing even when you can't prove. That's faith. That's faith. See, this is the problem. People have made faith so spooky and deep, and it isn't even all spooky and deep. People think, and this is the crazy, people think it's only religious people or people so-called that go to church that use faith. And no, that ain't the case either. Faith is a believing you don't know. How many people in here can give me a breakdown of electricity and how it works? I mean, who can give, I'm not talking about the general knowledge, I mean a breakdown from the time you turn on the light to how within a millisecond the light actually comes on. Most people don't know. Couldn't give you the first clue, but they turn on the light and they have what? That the light's going to come on. They have faith. Most people have a 9 to 5. They work Monday, they work Tuesday, they work Wednesday, they work Thursday, and they have faith that on Friday somebody's going to have a check for them. That's the truth. And we saw during this recession that there were some people that got to work on Monday, on Friday, and they told them there was no checks to be cut because the business went down. How many people have been on a plane before? Probably everybody, right? Let me ask you this. Yeah, get it on a plane. How many of you have questioned the pilot before you got on the plane? Let me see what school you've been to. Oh, really? Oh, really? So you asked them, what school have you been to? Let me see your degrees. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You do like everybody else. Hold on. You do like everybody else. And you get in the plane and you sit down and you have faith that the man went to school or the woman went to school and they know what they're doing. This is what I'm trying to tell you though. That same thinking about the light switch and the faith and the getting on the plane and the faith, that same faith, the knowing without having proof, that's how I got out that trailer park. See, faith says go. You want to know the opposite of faith? It's another F word. Fear. Fear will keep you stuck right where you are. Faith says move. Faith says do what you can do right here. Faith is like driving in a rainstorm. How many people have been driven in a rainstorm? Raise your hand high. Or running in a car, that's everybody, in a rainstorm. When we were in Atlanta, we had the worst rainstorm. The worst rainstorm. And I could drive from one part of the city of Atlanta, somebody needs to hear me this, all the way to the other end when I was going to college in these bad rainstorms. It'd be pitch black. It didn't matter. I didn't need to see the whole road to get to where I had to go. Somebody needs to hear me on this. All I needed to do, even in pitch black, all I had to do was see 30 feet in front of me, and the next 30 feet, and the next 30 feet, and the next 30 feet. That's how life is. Faith says you don't need to know all the steps. Don't worry about all of that. Do what you can right here, right now. See, when I was applying to school, see, that's the thing. Fear always has a question. When I was applying for college, Fear said, who do you think you are? That's what Fear said. Fear said, nobody will give you the money. Fear said, you have people in your school, in your family that's graduated from college. When I was writing this book at 18 years old, you want to know what Fear said? You're not old enough. Nobody's going to care. You're not going to get it published. Faith said, move. Faith said, somebody needs to hear this story. Faith said, somebody's going through the same exact thing you're going through. Faith said, somebody is dealing with the same challenge that you're dealing with. Don't stop.